Oh, I've always loved media day. It's my favorite day of the year.
Obviously, though, with the success, questions being asked this time.
I think some of the questions are related to our football team and some are related to other people, but for the most part, I think the expectations that y'all are putting on us are a little bit higher, and that's a good thing. That's exciting to think that people would have high expectations of your program. We've come in the last 3 years. We've had to work our way up to this point, and we're anxious to see how it plays out this season.
Coach, I was telling Ryan all the weapons he has. My grandma can quarterback this team.
Well, I don't know if your grandma can run as fast as Ryan or throw as far. If she does, then we got to take a look at her. But I'm sure she still has eligibility left. But yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily true, because I think that when you talk about a quarterback, when he touches the football and lets it go, anything can happen. And he's going to make great decisions, and we're counting on him to do that, and he's preparing for that. But I do think he'll have an excellent season. He's really worked hard.
When you look at his supporting cast, Coach, how do you balance, the carries in the backfield, the ball still in the receiver, the tight end? I see it. You're gasping.
No, not really. I think last year we ran the ball 5 more times than we threw it. We're going to have balance. It just works out the way we called the game, and the balls, when we throw it, it's going to go to the open guy. So it's a progression read. So if you get open, you're going to get the ball, and eventually they're going to cover somebody there, and you're going to go number 2, number 3. But I think there's enough opportunities for everybody. I really don't worry about who's getting the ball. I do worry, that we run the ball enough, because that's important to me, that you do run the football, and you can kind of drift, and I have at times drifted away from the run. But as far as who's catching the ball, how many times, the players dictate that by getting open and making the catch when they get the ball. I've always been this way. I really am only concerned about Texas A&M and what we're doing and how we're doing it. Are we doing the very best we can do? And that's what my focus is. We get a bunch of people worried about that network, so I don't think me not being involved in this is going to affect it a whole hell of a lot, So I'll let you all worried about that thing, because I'm sure it'll all work out.
Do you feel like you guys are happy first in the Big 12?
Yeah, I think this, one thing about the Big 12 that people forget, there's some natural rivalries in the Big 12 that I think make college football so much fun, and you hate to give up on those natural rivalries. Our players across the Big 12 don't have to travel too far to go play a football game. I think that's great. Our kids' parents can drive to just about every game that we play. So there's a lot of positives. I know a lot of people write about the negatives, but there's a lot of positives about us being in the Big 12.
Coach, I know Coach DeRuyter's name was bandied about in the offseason for head coaching jobs. Nice to have him back for a year or two, less of a learning curve, and hopefully another addition to the wrecking crew.
Right. Yeah, and well deserved. I mean, Tim DeRuyter's been a defensive coordinator and done it at a high level for quite some time. I think last year he was able to get on a national stage and be able to show exactly what his defense can do, and he elevated us to a much better level than we were previously, and so that's all positive. And I hope he gets everything he wants, and I'm sure he will. He'll have some opportunities down the road to become a head coach, and he'll do a fine job.
Did it surprise you at all how the 12th man went crazy over the wrecking crews, emergence over towards the end of the year, over the middle portion of the year? Were you expecting that? Just glad to see it.
Well, I figured if we started playing like that, we'd see a little bit of that, and I don't know if we're quite arrived just yet, but we always talk about getting to that point, and I think that in order to be consistent year in and year out, the year wonder type deal, it was over the course of quite a many years with a lot of players and different coaches. So I think that the true test will be, can we come back this year and play at a high level of defense, which I feel we can. But
a lot of reasons for optimism this year. Concerns on your part?
Oh, there's always concerns. Concerns is too much optimism, No, there's always concerns. Concerned about our young offensive line, and we can be able to pick up where we left off. We still have to identify our inside five on defense. How are we going to replace Von Miller, which is going to be near impossible to replace, but hopefully we can do it collectively with our defense in the second year in the defensive scheme. So there's always concerns for Coach. That never stops. That comes with the job.
The challenge of the guys as opposed to
yeah. Well, there's very little wiggle room. There's no question about that. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of people saying that person shouldn't be the champion. I think when you're the champion of the Big 12 this year, people are going to say, hey, hell of a job. That's a heck of a run against some really good teams. So I think it'll be a true conference champion. There's no wiggle room. Your I's dotted, your T's crossed at all times. So it'll be fun to watch and a challenge that I think we're all looking forward to.
All right, we got to move.
Okay.